All right, time for another installment of Opportunity in America. Today we are joined by the lovely Dagan McDowell in her hometown of Brookneal, Virginia. So Dagan, finally everybody knows where you're from because they always ask, where is that Dagan McDowell from with that accent?
Well done.
So it's from Virginia.
Indeed, a very small town. Brookneal's 1,200 people, Rebecca, but it was founded in 1802, settled even long before that, and it's a place that you can buy a little piece of history or a big one if you're in the market for a home. What does $1 million buy you in Brookneal, Virginia? Well, for one, it's a home, the original part of which was built in 1789, 24 acres, and about $500,000 cash back because the listing price on this home is only slightly under $520,000. We want a lot more detail since this is an historic home, and lo and behold, look who's here, Bob Jean. Bob is a longtime family friend of ours, and Bob lived in this house for about 30 years. Bob, you sold it 3.5 years ago, but this was really your life's work.
I've always wanted an old home, and I found this one and moved down here and worked on it. No one had lived in it for a good while when I moved here.
Let's go in.
From this wall over was added in 1847. And so the way the house appears today is the way it looked in 1847. This is the oldest part of the house as best I can tell. These look like plywood, but that's just one pine board, original heart pine timber, original growth.
1789?
1789 is when the tax records showed that the value of this piece of property shot way up.
And to tell us about this room.
The mantel is really unusual because it's Italian marble.
And probably brought up here on a bateau on the river, right?
It came up the Stanton River. This place is isolated today, but in 1800 that highway was as good a highway as anyone had.
Originally this kitchen wasn't even in the house.
No, the kitchen would have been out back in a separate building. In the summer, in the winter, the kitchen was up front in the basement.
One thing that's noticeable is how sturdy everything is.
Everything was joined together and pegged and was meant to be forever. This room, the interesting thing about it is that mantel, you notice, matches the mantel across the way. This is heart pine flooring. You notice none of it is pieced. Each board goes from one end of the room to the other.
Now you get more than just the house, Bob. You get this, the smokehouse.
You got your own smokehouse there in case you wanted to kill any hogs and smoke your own Virginia hams. You already got all the equipment you need.
Bob Jean certainly is a Brookneal original, and I have another one with me, W.T. Carr, who actually growing up lived in that very house that you just saw, which is still on the market. W.T., 1958 you started your poultry business. I just want you to tell me about it quick.
Well, when we went in business, we was processing probably 1,200 or 1,400 a week. And we've been in business for 50 years, and present time we're running probably 50, 55 trailer loads a week.
And you essentially catch chickens that have stopped laying eggs. You buy them from the companies that sell sell chickens, and then you sell them to other people.
We pick up poultry in 13, 14 states. And process them in Newmarket, Virginia. And then, of course, the meat would go to either further processing, school lunch programs, deli meat, and this type of stuff.
But you are self-made, a self-made millionaire. You've got stick-to-itness, as my dad would say. And I want you to give folks some words to live and work by.
Well, the main thing is treat everybody like you want to be treated. And you base your business and your life on a principle, and that's what you go by regardless of profits or losses. And it's been good to us. The town's been good to us. We've been here now for 73 years, and so it's doing fine.
And you're sticking here.
Sticking to him.
I wish we had more time with W.T. because he is an original, guys. You got to have him up in New York and get him on the show in the bar.
We'll do that.
He's got stories.
We'll do that, Dagan, if you bring us some of that smoked Virginia ham from that smokehouse in the back of that house.
Okay.
Thank
that
you, Dagan.
I can do.
All right.
Thanks so